Okay, Jake, the light is blinking.
Perfect. That takes a little while on that first one. So.
Yeah, it does. I always panic.
Yeah. Thank you very much for doing those, Lee.
Yeah.
We're on?
Yep.
All right. Morning, Jake.
Good morning, Mark.
All right, good to see you, bud. Let's go ahead and call this special meeting of the Board of Supervisors to order. Roll call.
Keisha Johnner.
Here.
Mark Ramey.
Here.
Steve McCombs.
Here.
All right. Our revolving agenda has been continued discussion of impacts on the COVID-19 crisis on county operations. Is there a motion to approve?
Make motion to approve today's agenda.
Second.
Jake?
McCombs.
Aye.
Ramey.
Aye.
Johnner.
Aye.
All right. Very good. On to business for the open session. First item that I would like to talk about is received a call yesterday from Kay at Knoxville Senior Nutrition, and they're out of money, or they're close to running out of money. They've had an increase in clientele, and they're looking for some stopgap funding to help them get through this time. Had a discussion with Kim yesterday, and they specifically asked for money out of the Travis Trust. And so what I told Kay is that I'd present to the board the possibility of funding them with $10,000 from the trust as a stopgap measure. I did talk to Kay yesterday that in addition to that, Kim Dorn would be visiting with Senior Nutrition to make sure that they are taking advantage of all the funding options that are currently available. Make sure from an administrative standpoint they have support if necessary, and also to give us lead time, especially in the midst of this, if there's anything from a county perspective we need to do to assist in distribution of meals within Knoxville. I think that's a good option for us, given the immediacy of this. And like we have that money sitting there, and it's been sitting there for 30 years, over 30 years now. And it's for the express purpose of assisting Knoxville seniors. So talk to Ed. I don't see any issues from a trust document or administration perspective. Our only concern as a board, if we decide to do this, is we need to have some touch point, and that will be Kim with Senior Nutrition. And I made that clear to Kay yesterday that as the trustee, we would have to now have some interaction to ensure that they're getting all that they can get from other sources. So, discussion.
And the reasoning behind is because they've had an increase in the meals that they have to provide. For, I'm guessing, I'm confused as to.
I don't know other details, Steve, because I haven't had a chance to look at their books.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take them at face value and say that when you're out of money, you're out of money. And you've cashed in your last CD and you're running at a negative $7,000 a month cash flow. To me, that's a serious situation.
No, I don't disagree.
So until we get a chance to actually do some type of more formal audit, yeah, I don't know.
I think it's, at this point, the Travis Trust was made for, to help those in Knoxville.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel that we can help, but also see where else we can, getting Kim to, give them some tips and see if they can help them in that way. But ultimately, it's helping people in time of need. So I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, I think it's maybe not the ideal use of it, but it's not coming out of any monies from tax collection.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there's specifics on the Travis Trust, and that was.
And I don't want to see it collapse,
Yeah.
because then we'll have a worse issue, especially right now. So it's stopgap. We get Kim involved, see where they're at, help Kay out. They've also lost a cook as well. So just to make sure that we don't have an issue here in a week with the people that rely on that source for meals. So, any additional discussion? Okay. Steve?
No, I totally agree with what you're saying, but I think in the future going, we need to.
Yeah, it's not going to be an endless amount.
Yeah, we
and,
definitely-
we have to review the situation. This is just for,
Yeah, I would like to review it at a later date.
Well, we're gonna have to, that's gonna be some of the conditions to get further funding, so. But, all right, with that, I'd entertain a motion to approve that disbursement to Knoxville Senior Nutrition, $10,000 from the Travis Trust.
make the motion to approve the disbursement of the $10,000 from the Travis Trust.
That's a one-time disbursement until,
One time, yes,
and then we're not doing it on
at
a,
this point.
That's all it is right now.
okay, second that motion.
Jake?
Okay. So we have, so it's a one-time disbursement from the Travis Trust, is that right?
Correct.
Is that what I understand? Okay.
Whatever.
So Ramey,
Aye.
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs?
Aye,
All right, very good. Kim? Will you make sure to contact Kay and
Yep.
start that process as
I will do
well
that.
in conjunction with this? And then any other requests or any other financial needs, then go through a different process. And Kay needs to be aware of that.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, very good, thank you.
Mark, can I ask a question?
Yes,
Is there, like, just from a logistic or administrative process to get that $10,000 from that, does Ed need, do you know if Ed needs to do anything further? Is that money gonna go directly from that account? Or, is
the
there?
account is the account is liquid, Michaela, it's liquid. So I talked to Ed, there's no issue, Jake, we can do a direct disbursement,
Very good. I'll talk with Michaela then.
okay?
Yep, I'll talk with Michaela.
Very good, thank you. All right, very good. Any other items for open session that we need to discuss?
Kim, can you just give us, I would like to know an update of where we're at, some surrounding counties, but we currently still have no positives, correct?
Correct. Right, there's one in Jasper, maybe two. Different areas.
Yeah, we have Jasper, Warren, and Wapello, right? From the surrounding area.
Yep, Warren, Wapello.
Do we know how many tests we've sent out that were negative? Do they keep track of that?
They do, I don't,
Not for the county, but for the state they
for
do.
the state,
Oh, I was
Yeah.
wondering for John. But I
Yeah.
don't know if they kept track of that or not.
no, we haven't tracked the numbers of negatives.
Anything else there, Kim, right now? Any
No,
other updates?
so far, knock on wood, we still don't have any.
Wanted, I don't know, Jeff, you can multitask and pull up our map. He's on his phone.
Is it on this one?
I don't know which one's on.
You want the Corona map, the Hopkins?
Yeah, that's, I just wanted to see where we were at there.
Can I pull up the
well,
Hopkins maps on one of
While
these?
we're talking
Can I do
about
it?
that, we had a call with all the mayors last night, Jeff and I and Kim. So it went very well. Just a half-hour informational call, talk about any questions they have, any issues that we need to be aware of. We made them aware of our 1 o'clock Monday, Friday. If they have anything they want to communicate to Marion County, to their citizens, they can certainly let us know, and they have an open invitation to come. There was some good information exchanged on cities handling open meetings and things like that. So, yeah, a good productive call.
has the county landfill made any effort to get included in these meetings? Okay,
In the 7th, yeah, I think, yeah, you talked to Rick, yeah.
okay,
She's on the docket for Friday's press conference.
She'll actually, yeah,
Okay.
she'll actually be
All
here.
right.
So, we did make a couple of changes. Just so you know about the press conference, we'll call them press conferences, informational meetings, whatever you wanna call them. I put Rachel and Jamie in charge of organizing those. So think of Jamie as acting like temporary press officer and Rachel as the public information officer. So they're doing and collating all the information, they're putting the script together, they're going back and looking at the 3 we had done. Is there anything else we need to include in that? So I'm very, very proud of what they're doing, and we'll run through the next script tomorrow. Is tomorrow Thursday?
Wednesday.
Tomorrow is Wednesday.
So you wanna do it on Thursday?
Today's.
Tomorrow's
Today's
Thursday.
Oh, it is Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Wednesday.
Here, I'm looking at-
March 25th.
I don't get a special paper every day. Sorry.
There we go.
Wednesday, sorry, you're right. Sorry, tomorrow. Never listen to me
The
anymore.
ship of government could have crashed, Lisa.
I know.
All right.
Take your pick.
Yeah, all right, so tomorrow we'll work through
Yeah.
the script, and Friday at 11 o'clock, we will finalize that script based on any new information that transpires in the preceding 24 hours. So if there's anything you want, anything you need to add, be thinking about that, and then talk to Jamie and or Rachel about that. Anything else for open before I talk about this? I won't talk about it long. So you see right now where we're at, there's our total number in the US, here's our chart. It's the one they're looking at. Remember, there's a couple day lag in that chart, it's the 25th. It's the week of, right? So hopefully it's fairly current. I think there's a couple hour lag in terms of reported cases and how they populate the chart. Go to the daily increase one, Jeff, if you can. Blow that up.
Oh.
This is probably the most critical chart. All right, you see it going up, but will this daily increase chart start to trend down? We see this, okay? That does not denote a trend. That just denotes the beginning of one, potentially. What they're going to be looking at is, does this continue to track this way over the next several days? We are at day 9 or 10 of 15 days to slow the spread. So are our efforts working? 2 new pieces of information though last night. New York is blowing up. People left on airplanes. I fully anticipate an order shutting down domestic airlines here in the next 48 hours.
Yeah.
Secondly, where did they go? Well, Florida and Texas governors put out alerts last night because that's probably where people left. If you're going to leave New York in March, where are you going to go? I'm going to head south, right? So we'll have to be watching to see if we get balloons in Florida and Texas as a result. Now you know that an order was given last night that anybody traveling through New York is now mandatory 14-day quarantine.
So Mark, when they were talking also about these people from China going to Europe and then from Europe coming here.
Yeah.
So, cause
Well, that's how it started, Keisha, and people are starting to figure this out. It's kind of what I told you when this all began. Wuhan being the 4th largest economic area in the world, if you look at where the virus first bloomed, well, it bloomed in all the places that China has major investments.
right.
Italy, Iran, that's where they pumped a lot of this, so there's a connection between those. And it's spread from there.
So I'm kind of surprised he hasn't shut off Europe. I mean, everything. I mean, all,
We shut off all travel, there's no travel.
he did, okay.
Yeah, there is no
Okay.
travel.
Okay,
Europe is under the same restriction now that China is.
it is,
The
okay.
only thing that is left open is trade. Okay, so understand this, that even whether it's interstate, or intercountry, trade is still going. Trucks are able to pass through our borders. The shutting off of Canada and Mexico does not shut off trade. Okay, so that keeps those supply chains that you asked about earlier, Stephen, several meetings ago, keeps them open. That's why you had toilet paper last night, okay? So trade is still going, but everything else is locked down from Europe and Japan, or Europe and China. All right, So we'll be watching this again today. We're gonna go past 60,000 today with relative ease, especially with stuff that's coming out of New York. I don't see any, they're not, yeah, we'll exceed that. But again, it's that daily increase chart. Now that becomes the chart we watch really to see what happens.
I saw that where Trump issued, what is it, 4,000 respirators or whatever for,
He
or
sent,
40,
no, he
400,000, wasn't it?
4,000.
Was it 4,000?
He sent 4,000 ventilators to New York, and he's sending another shipment of ventilators because Cuomo stomped up and down and said 400 is not enough. Well, everybody knows that, but it's taking time for the government to get it out of the stockpile and get it to them.
Okay.
But it also tells you there's a certain level of desperation now going on in New York City as these cases continue to increase. I can tell you, I've been texting my friend who lives in Brooklyn, and they're 2 kids, husband, they're on lockdown. They can't, they got 1,100 square feet in their apartment.
They don't have much living space either,
No.
probably.
So imagine what these people are going through right now, especially if you have kids living in that area. It's the most densely populated city in the United States. All right?
4,000 doesn't even seem like it's not even
It's not a dent, not in what they got, if it continues to worsen. So that's gonna put a supply chain strain on everything else. So, questions we got last night from the mayors that you go ahead and take that up now, Jeff. Thank you. Appreciate the multitasking. We're all being asked to do that. So all right, so we'll go to closed session before we talk about this. I don't want to talk about this in open. Is there anything else for open? Okay. With that, entertain a motion to close open session.
Make motion to close open session.
Second?
Jake?
Ramey,
Aye?
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs,
Aye.
Entertain a motion to go into open session. Close. Entertain a motion to reopen open.
Make motion to open the meeting. Open.
Second?
Johnner,
Aye.
Cook,
Aye.
Ramey,
Aye. Result of our closed meeting discussions was continued discussion on county operations responding to the COVID-19 crisis. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Make motion to adjourn.
Second?
Ramey,
Aye.
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs,
Aye.
All right, we're adjourned.
Thank you, Jake.
Thank you, Jake.
Jake,
yes, Lisa.
hey, do you want me to get this,